Episode 9, Move Muck Machine. As we move into another week on the Sturry Link Road project, activity continues to build across multiple areas of the site. Work remains heavily focused on the central piling platform, where sustained deliveries of imported stone are helping to gradually build up formation levels. While progress here may appear subtle from above, the steady flow of lorries and ongoing groundworks tell the real story. This is a phase defined by volume, consistency, and preparation. Elsewhere along the corridor, attention is beginning to spread. Early-stage earthworks are now underway in several sections, with vegetation clearance, stump removal, and initial excavation works opening up the route toward the southern roundabout. These operations mark a visible shift as more of the scheme starts to take shape on the ground. There's also a clear sense of coordination across the site this week. Plant operators are working in tandem, managing material movement efficiently, loading out, and preparing areas for the next stages of construction. It's a reminder that progress here isn't just about scale, it's about timing and teamwork. Down towards the A28 corridor and the southern end of the project, preparations continue to gather pace. Ground conditions are being addressed, with layers of material being placed and compacted in readiness for upcoming infrastructure works. Taken as a whole, this week reflects a site that's not only busy, but evolving, with groundwork, logistics, and preparation all happening side by side as the project steadily moves forward. Here, the scale of excavation really starts to come into focus. This section has been heavily worked, with large volumes of material stripped out and stockpiled. What we're seeing now is the result of sustained earth moving over the past days, building up these substantial mounds as the ground is cut back and reshaped. At the center of it, a single machine gives some perspective. What might seem like a large excavator on its own quickly becomes dwarfed by the sheer volume of material surrounding it. This is a key part of the process, removing unsuitable ground, redistributing material where needed, and preparing a stable base for what comes next. It's not the most visible kind of progress at first glance, but it's fundamental. Before anything permanent can be built, this level of groundwork has to happen, and it's happening at scale here. As we move down toward the southern roundabout, early ground preparation is now clearly underway. The terram is starting to go down across the surface, that first separation layer, with initial loads of hardcore beginning to follow in behind. What stands out here isn't just the material itself, but how it's been staged. You can see multiple stockpiles set out across the area, around 300 tons of hardcore in total, all delivered and ready to be worked in. On the scale of the wider project, it's a relatively small section, but seeing it laid out like this gives a clear, visual sense of the volumes involved, even at this early stage. From here, each of these piles will be spread, leveled, and compacted in layers, gradually building up a stable base as this part of the route starts to take shape. Although conditions have been bright, wind levels have been consistently high, something you can see in the movement of the trees across the area. At times, that meant it wasn't suitable to fly directly over certain sections, so filming has been adjusted accordingly to stay within safe operating limits. So while the weather may look ideal on the surface, conditions on site were still limiting what could be done from the air. With wind speeds remaining high, ground-based filming became the only safe option in these moments. That said, it does offer a different perspective, bringing you closer to the activity and detail at ground level as work continues across the site. Here, we get a closer look at some of the on-site testing taking place. After excavation, an engineer is carrying out a shear vein test, a method used to assess the strength of the ground. The device is inserted into the soil and rotated to measure its resistance, giving an indication of how stable the material is. These readings help determine whether the ground is suitable as it is, or if further treatment or removal is required before construction can continue. You can see the team gathering around as the test is carried out and recorded, a small moment but an important part of the process. It's this kind of ground verification that underpins the work across the site, ensuring each stage is built on reliable conditions. As we close out episode 9, another week of steady progress is visible across the Sturry Link Road project. At the central piling platform, there's been a consistent flow of imported stone throughout the week, building formation levels up to around 1.2 meters. In peak periods, deliveries have reached roughly 1,000 to 1,500 tons a day, reflecting the scale of material now being handled on site. While much of that work sits beneath the surface, the southern roundabout area shows more visible change. Here, excavation has progressed quickly, with ground levels stripped back and reformed. Terram has gone in, followed by initial hardcore placement, with further layers being brought in and compacted to build up the formation. Across the site, the same rhythm continues. Rollers compacting material, tipper trucks moving in constant cycles, and coordinated plant activity keeping everything progressing efficiently. Even technical checks, such as shear vein testing, form part of that wider process, confirming ground conditions as work advances. This footage was captured today under full permission during a period when the site was not operating, allowing a rare, uninterrupted look across the works from ground level. From a low pass along the southern end, The drone tracks the line of the future corridor before pulling back to reveal the wider site. As it rises, the scale of what's developing becomes clearer, a landscape steadily being shaped into the footprint of the scheme. Finally, it settles back toward ground level at the area where drainage works will follow, marking the next stage in the sequence. Another week complete, another layer in place, and the project continues to move forward.